Welcome to Cooking the Books, episode 2. This time, it's the other queen of veganism, Miyoko Schinner, and the Homemade Vegan Pantry. You likely know Miyoko from Miyoko's Creamery, her non-dairy creamery that makes butter and vegan cheese and all kinds of great stuff. She is so much more, though, than the vegan cheese lady. Long before she became the queen of cheese, Miyoko had a restaurant in San Francisco, 1 or 2 restaurants. She's had several other cookbooks before the Homemade Vegan Pantry. She's done so many different things in the food world, and in particular in the vegan food world. This book, The Homemade Vegan Pantry, is several years old now, but that's one of the reasons why it's such a staple in my kitchen. And all of the years of business and food that Miyoko spent, it's all right here in this book. You can make all of these things in your own kitchen. In addition to being an incredible ethical vegan, Miyoko has her mind and her heart and her brain in a lot of different areas. Food, animal protection, and animal welfare. She has a farm sanctuary, and she also takes a lot of really political stances about ingredients. For example, she won't use palm oil in any of her recipes, and she speaks out about the dangers of palm oil and the destruction of orangutan habitats. I love how she is just completely authentically herself and so ethical and so thoughtful about all of the choices that she makes in her life and in her business and in her food. This is really a culmination of all those things, the Homemade Vegan Pantry. It's not a book just of recipes for you to make to sit down for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. It's how to make all of those pantry components yourself so that you can, make healthy and delicious vegan items at home in the way that you like, reduce packaging, save money, all of the different reasons that you might want to make pantry staples on your own. It all begins with condiments. One of the ones that we make all the time is her basic ketchup. And she's got great stories in here about how a lot of these recipes came to be. She had her Now and Zen restaurant in San Francisco, and they had a burger on the menu, which is also in this book. And then they realized on opening night that they didn't have any ketchup, and everybody needs ketchup on their burger. So she just whipped up delicious homemade ketchup in minutes, and that's exactly how we make ketchup at my house now. One of the other things that she's really known for clearly is the cheese, and she's got a book called Artisan Vegan Cheese, which is also fantastic. But this book has a concise chapter of her dairy-free and egg-free goodness, she calls it. And I have several recipes in that chapter that I make all the time. One of them is the glorious butterless butter, because I personally operate on the firm belief, that butter is a dip.
I love butter.
The other one that I have made over and over, and way back in our Instagram, there's a little video showing how to make her nice, thick, non-dairy yogurt. You can make it with soy milk, almond milk, coconut milk. It's really easy and saves tons of plastic if you don't want to be buying all those tubs. One of the ones that we made for this video that I had not made in the past, which I kind of don't believe I hadn't, was the oil-free melty pepper jack. You start by culturing some cashew milk with some salt, and we left it on the counter for 3 days because it was kind of chilly in Oregon, and it became this tangy, sort of thick goo. And then mixed it up with the rest of the ingredients to make this ridiculously good pepper jack. There's a whole chapter on soup and making your own bullion paste, which I know a lot of people have done that and love it. And I'm lazy, but not, I haven't done that one yet. The meat of the argument, all of these different vegan meats that you can make are ridiculously good. Our most favorite, well, I don't know if it's our most favorite, but we make it the most, is the marvelous breakfast sausages, using little bits of bulgur to make those little bits of fat that might have been in a pork sausage, which...
Okay, bye.
Yum on the vegan side. The other one that's so good is the burger, the Now and Zen burger from her restaurant. It makes a really large amount, which is perfect because then you can eat them that night and then you can put them in the freezer and just have a burger whenever you want. And they truly stay together and they don't squish out the back of a bun at all. It goes on with making your own pasta and some really basic pasta sauces. She's always telling you a little bit about like the concept of the food science and how these things work and why they're so delicious. And that, I love how that makes you, it's like giving you an education about food and you understand why it's so delicious and why you love it. We made the crackers for this video, which I've made before, and they're so good. Some of the things that I've never tried before that I want to, the pumpkin dinner rolls. I also want to make her caramel and the condensed milk, but I'm not quite sure what to do with it because we don't eat a lot of sweets, but I want to try those. There are a few ingredients in this book that are unique that you can't just pick up at any grocery store. One of them is the agar. The agar she recommends using is a powder, which is what we sell on our website. And actually one time when I was chatting with her, she told me that the Telephone brand, which is what we sell, is her favorite type of agar. One of the other ones is soy liquid lecithin, and that is used in the butter.
I love me some vegan butter.
And I found it at Natural Grocers, a large bottle for $5. You can also, I'm sure, get it online. There's also the carrageenan, which you can also find online. And then of course, a lot of the recipes call for cashews, and those are widely available now. All right, you ready to make some food? Let's go to the kitchen. Kind of funky. It's starting to bubble. All right, 3 days later, we're gonna make the rest of the cultured melty cheese. It's so creamy, and you can totally tell that it's not just like a cheese that you made up in your Vitamix. It cultured for 3 days on the counter. It's cold here right now, so if you're in a warmer environment it would go faster, but it has that tanginess and that cheesiness and that pepper jackiness. This is absolutely delicious. The kicker in here are those little bits of bulgur. Those are supposedly like the little bits of fat. If you remember eating other kinds of sausage. This is so delicious, and it's super duper easy, and I always want to like triple the recipe and freeze some. Do that.
Government is trapping the system. Government is trapping the system. The system. Government is trapping the system.
Oh yeah.